Friends, do you understand that the real artwork of trading begins when you stop seeing the chart as just shifting strains on a display and start analyzing it as residing psychology? Every pass of the market, every candle, and every course is the end result of an attitude, an emotion, and an invisible force. Chart reading is the ability of information those invisible forces. Most human beings on this world study charts and handiest make guesses. But a proper chart reader reads the chart and makes choices with self-assurance. When you open a chart, your first step should be to understand the aim of the marketplace's mindset. You need to take a look at which path the chart wishes to go. Is the rate moving rapid or slowly? Is it displaying energy in one course, or just creating a susceptible move? All of this information is written interior every candle. Once you discover ways to read it, you begin to see things that others cannot. The first real foundation of chart analyzing is trend. Trend means the true path of the marketplace. If the market is always making higher highs and candles are final with robust bodies, it method consumers are driving the market upward with a bullish mindset. If the marketplace maintains making decreased lows and candles near their lows, it method dealers are sturdy and on top of things. Understanding fashion manner, catching the market's aim early. Trend does not let you know how a long way the market will move. It most effective tells you in which the market desires to move. This is the biggest advantage of chart reading. You recognize direction earlier. Most human beings look ahead to the marketplace to move. A chart reader acknowledges the training before the flow even takes place. Next comes market structure. Market structure is the spine of the market. It is the rule via which the market creates highs, lows, uptrends, downtrends, and reversals. If you learn to study structure, you may recognize where the marketplace is susceptible, in which it is sturdy, and where it could prevent. The maximum important elements of market structure are swing highs and swing lows. A swing high bureaucracy wherein consumers lose energy. A swing low bureaucracy where dealers run out of strain. These highs and lows determine the direction of the market. Now permits circulate to a deeper know-how of help and resistance. Support and resistance are now not just strains. There are intellectual limitations of buyers and dealers in the marketplace. When the market reaches assist, it approach shoppers need to preserve the marketplace at that stage. Their confidence exists there. When the market reaches resistance, sellers observe their complete electricity. That is why in chart analyzing, support and resistance are seen as zones, no longer lines. A zone is a place where market behavior adjustments. Many human beings ask why candles are so critical in chart analyzing. The answer is simple. Candles are the language of the market. Every candle is a statement. Its body is a choice and its wick is the tail the marketplace is hiding. If a candle paperwork an extended top wick, it means charge tried to transport up, however dealers stopped it. If a candle bureaucracy a long, lower wick, it method rate changed into falling, however buyers stepped in and defended it. When you attain a degree in which you can take a look at an unmarried candle and understand what the market is wondering, you have got entered the intensity of chart studying. The length of the candle, its body, and its remaining tell you who's effective in the market. A massive frame means clear strength. A small frame way the marketplace is wondering. Long wicks suggest hesitation. By studying those indicators, you may seize each timing and direction in a change. Now, permit speak about motion velocity, which we also name market power. The faster the market movements, the more potent the emotion in the back of it. A gradual circulate shows caution. The difference among actual flow and a fake circulate is frequently visible in speed. If rate movement's rapid in a single path with sturdy candles, that is real energy. But if the move is sluggish and candles maintain pausing, the market is unsure. Another crucial part of chart reading is extent. Volume is the truth meter of the marketplace. It tells you whether a move is actual or fake. If charge movement's up, however volume is low, confidence is weak. If price action's up and quantity increases, that is real buying. Similarly, if charge falls with growing extent, that is real selling pressure. By expertise extent, you could choose the reality in the back of each move. False breakouts are diagnosed via volume. When the marketplace breaks a level without quantity assist, the move is fake and fee falls returned. Every new dealer receives trapped in fake breakouts, but a chart reader recognizes early that the move will not sustain. When a brand new dealer sits in front of a chart, he sees most effective pink and green candles. But when a real chart reader sits in the front of the screen, he does now not see candles. He sees the market's mood, its heartbeat, its converting behavior, and its hidden electricity. This is the difference between an average trader and a grasp chart reader. A grasp chart reader reads the intention hidden in every candle. The most essential fact approximately chart studying is that it does not show the destiny. It suggests what is occurring right now, and that present conduct offers the real sign of the following pass. A robust candle tells you the power inside the market. A susceptible candle suggests fear, uncertainty, and hesitation. This is the precise factor in which a smart trader identifies which course the e-game is probably to go. When you read a chart, the candle length, duration, wick, and frame collectively inform a story. A lengthy, bullish candle indicates buyer self-belief and strong control. But if that same candle stops close to resistance, it way the market is testing its energy once more. This is in which a green dealer makes mistakes even as a smart trader reads the opportunity. The actual power of chart reading appears while you sense the warfare in a candle. Every candle is a war among consumers and sellers. Chart reading teaches you to apprehend who gained that conflict. A small candle with a tiny frame and long shadows suggests confusion. There is no clean route, handiest to go for. Entering trades at some point of such moments is dangerous because the marketplace can take your cash without giving clear alerts. As you learn how to study charts, you begin to become aware of aid and resistance without drawing lines. Your eyes start recognizing wherein the market paused, reversed, extended, or hesitated. These factors come to be future turning factors. These are the places where huge players act and small traders get trapped. Chart studying offers you a unique vision like a medical doctor seeing bones through an X-ray. It shows you broken stages, worried candles, and suppressed breakouts. When you notice a candle again and again touching a first rate level and pulling back, it tells you there's stress there. A huge participant is defending that degree. Understanding this is the genuine foundation of catching tendencies. The biggest deception in chart analyzing takes place when the marketplace indicates velocity, but is empty interior. If a candle is lengthy however extent is low, the move will no longer last. It is a floor stage move that confuses and breaks investors. Staying out for the duration of such moments is likewise a win, because once in a while the nice trade is the only you do no longer take. As you progress in buying and selling, you need to apprehend that charts by no means lie. They handiest show what the marketplace has finished and what it is doing. The lies come from your worry, your greed, and your impatience. The chart gives clear indicators, but you misinterpret them because your thoughts is noisy. When the thoughts will become quiet, the chart begins talking. And while the chart speaks, profits come to you. The maximum sacred moment of chart reading comes whilst you suddenly sense that candles are opening themselves. Every high and occasional starts off evolve forming a story. Every retracement suggests route. Every breakout gives you a sense that this move is now aligned. This is the instant where difficult paintings becomes talent and ability turns into a weapon. At this stage, a dealer does no longer see the marketplace as a device. He sees it as an emotional being that fears, runs, panics, and attacks. Every market move is an emotion and chart reading is the interpretation of that emotion. When you understand candle language, you recognize the marketplace's heartbeat. And while you apprehend the heartbeat, entries forestall going wrong. Another fact of chart studying is that each large flow could be very quiet internal. Real breakouts do no longer make noise, they construct slowly, hidden between small candles after which all at once explode. A clever dealer sees this education early because he reads the strength inside the one's small candles. There are two sorts of candles that are maximum risky. One is very lengthy candles that create greed. The second could be very weak candles that create worry. Chart reading trains your eyes to now not react emotionally to any candle. You surely study it. You study its size, place, context, and route and understand its story. When a trader actually learns chart analyzing, he realizes that the market gives warnings earlier than every turn. But new traders' awareness on emotion instead of warnings. They run where there may be fear and get trapped wherein there is greed. A true chart reader does now not observe candles with worry or greed. He reads indicators and those alerts turn out to be the bottom of future path. The beauty of chart analyzing is that it teaches you in real time where the market stopped, why it stopped, why it reversed, and why it improved. Candles in no way shape randomly. Every candle has a motive. Every wick has a battle in the back of it. Every remaining charge has a selection behind it. Once you apprehend the one's selections, each candle turns into a trainer. When the market slows down in a robust guide, it tells you that antique reminiscences exist there. Buyers stepped in there before big gamers defended that location. When candles repeatedly touch that aid and pause, recognize that this degree is not just a line. It is an emotional boundary of the market and the biggest possibilities are hidden there. When a candle paperwork along wick near resistance, it quietly tells you there's heavy pressure. A large player is promoting there. The market cannot pass forward. It is like a door being knocked on time and again but now not commencing. New investors make mistakes right here thinking a breakout has took place whilst a chart reader sees the weak spot in the candle. One of the most common but maximum powerful components of chart reading is understanding extent. Volume tells you how plenty weight is in the back of a candle. No, remember how long a pass is. If quantity is lacking, it's far whole and breaks effortlessly. But when a small pass paperwork with heavy quantity, it indicates something large is building internal. A path is being organized, and an experienced trader does not let that sign move. As your chart studying strengthens, you start recognizing patterns. But a true chart reader does no longer pick out styles by name alone. He reads the emotion in the back of them. When charge rises, pauses, and then slowly falls, it isn't always only a head and shoulders sample. It indicates customer sadness and growing vendor energy. That emotion becomes an early warning of decline. Similarly, when price slowly falls after which holds at a stage earlier than turning up, it isn't always only a double backside. It indicates self-assurance returning. Hidden buyers start lifting fee. A chart reader reads this not as a shape, however as energy returning to the marketplace's breath. The top of chart analyzing comes while you start feeling quit the load of route in each circulate. When you could tell which candle is only a show and which candle is truly changing direction. When you can identify real breakouts and pretend ones. When your eyes sees wherein the market is deceiving and where its miles telling the truth. That is, while you recognize chart analyzing is not only a talent but a sensitivity. When the marketplace moves fast, your subject and ideals are examined. Fast candles tempt you, telling you to jump in right now. But a chart reader knows that fast candles are effective best after they appear in the proper context above, help with volume, and after breaking beyond warfare zones. Without these, every rapid candle is a trap that destroys heaps of money owed. And skilled chart reader knows the marketplace does not run on fixed rules. It runs on psychology. And candles are the shape of that psychology. Where the marketplace is unsure, small candles form. Where there is worry, lengthy wick candles form. Where there is self-assurance and energy, strong-bodied candles form. When you start recognizing these emotions, marketplace moves become clear a lot in advance. The real magic of chart reading appears whilst you understand what the marketplace has already done. This enables you understand what it can do next. This is not prediction, it is observation. And this observation lifts your trading to a totally exclusive degree. As a trader is going deeper into chart analyzing, he realizes the marketplace never behaves the equal way every time. Its steady tally changes, and that exchange is written in every candle. When the market rises, it creates rhythm. When it falls, it forms styles. When it tears, it assessments persistence. Reading those three states is actual chart reading. Chart studying teaches you that trend is your finest buddy, and trend is recognized by way of candle route. If candles keep making better tiers, buyers are assured and pushing price up. If candles maintain falling decrease, sellers are strong and drawback power is growing. This is the primary lesson new buyers ignore, and this is where losses begin. A chart reader additionally knows that each trend includes small pauses. During an uptrend, small pullbacks seem. During a downtrend, small bounces occur. These aren't fashion changes. They are breaths. When buyers mistake breaths for reversals, they input wrongly. A deep chart reader recognizes those breaths and waits for the proper moment. A primary part of chart studying is identifying momentum. Small candles suggest the marketplace is sluggish and unsure. Sudden massive candles display the marketplace has wakened and chosen a route, but that path need to most effective be dependent on while extent supports it. Without strength, huge candles deceive. Another deep thing of chart reading is recognizing per-move indicators. When candles compress into a tight range and quantity decreases, it suggests guidance for a huge pass like a bow being pulled lower back. Then a robust candle explodes ahead. This is a breakout in skilled trade errors at early. Wick analysis is another powerful component. A candle with long wicks and a small frame shows inner, weak spot. Price cannot sustain in that course. This signal often seems before primary moves and is overlooked by means of normal investors. A chart reader knows the market regularly attempts to idiot you. Fake breakouts, brief reversals, and incorrect path pulls are commonplace. However, deep chart analyzing teaches that Fox breakouts lack volume, lack continuity, and show unstable candle behavior. Recognizing this is true refinement. Authentic chart reader is aware of the marketplace is by no means ruled through an unmarried candle. The marketplace is a story and each candle is a phrase. Judging the complete story by means of one word leads to error. But whilst you see the collection, the story turns into clear. Where the marketplace got here from, wherein it paused and wherein it can cross. As you increase, you furthermore mid-study that the marketplace is usually in one among two states, running or resting. Resting zones or stages conceal huge possibilities due to the fact when the marketplace finishes resting and begins going for walks once more, it runs some distance. Catching that run creates huge profits. An experienced chart reader is aware of each massive flow starts off evolved small. Every fall starts off evolved with a small weak spot. Every upward push starts with a small carry. He catches those early indicators through gazing in which the market slows, hurries up adjustment's path, or creates confusion. At this stage, he not reads candles, he reads rote. The rarest expertise of chart reading is figuring out the marketplace is never random. It repeats vintage stages. Where it reversed before, it could reverse again. Where conflict existed earlier than it is able to return. Where breakouts happened in advance, charge can also retest again. Recognizing those antique footprints is adulthood in chart studying. When a trader masters chart analyzing, He understands the market isn't only a charge recreation. It is a residing ocean of psychology in which each candle is an emotion, every circulate is a thought, and every turn is an intellectual battle. Chart analyzing is the art of looking at this ocean, not simply costs, but the intention in the back of them. A chart reader is aware of that victory belongs to folks that apprehend indicators early. The marketplace frequently exhibits direction earlier. It slows down at help, hesitates at resistance, adjustments its shape in the course of tendencies, and adjusts candle length to warn that something huge is coming. That is why chart analyzing isn't always simply seeing, it is feeling. At the very best degree, you understand the market has two actions. One, this is visible to all of us, and one, that is visible handiest to those who clearly pay attention. The apparent flow is simple to peer. The hidden pass is the actual opportunity due to the fact fewer humans observe it, and the biggest income are usually hidden there. One very last and really essential factor of chart analyzing is that you start understanding candle power. Even as the candle remains forming while you attain this level, you no longer watch for the candle to close to sense what is taking place within the marketplace. You look at how rate behaves within the sea, and the way fast it movements, wherein it slows, and wherein it reacts. You sense whether customers are confident or hesitant, whether sellers are aggressive or defensive. This awareness does now not come from signs or shortcuts, it comes from lengthy commentary, patience, and recognized for fee behavior. At this degree, chart analyzing becomes instinctive. You are now not forcing trades. You are responding to what the marketplace is imparting. You apprehend that the market continually leaves footprints before it actions strongly. It compresses, it hesitates, it creates imbalance, and then it releases energy. A chart reader learns to recognize this buildup. When candles emerge as smaller, ranges tighten, and quantity dries up, it isn't always boredom, it is coaching. The marketplace is amassing energy. A deep chart reader additionally is aware context. A candle method nothing on its very own. Its which means comes from where it forms. A sturdy bullish candle inside the center of nowhere is very distinctive from a robust bullish candle forming at a well-respected aid. Location gives strength to candles. This is why experienced traders in no way chase rate. They wait for price to come back to significant areas wherein feelings are already stored. As your know-how deepens, you forestall preventing the market. You prevent seeking to expect. Instead, you align yourself with what's already taking place. You accept that losses are a part of the process, and that the goal is not to be proper each time, however, to examine the marketplace better over the years. This mind's shift by myself separates amateurs from experts. Another critical attention is that the marketplace continuously tests investors. It movements simply enough to cause fear, just enough to create greed, and simply enough to shake confidence. Sudden spikes, sharp pullbacks, and fake breaks are all designed to show emotional weak point. A chart reader survives due to the fact he does now not react emotionally. He waits for affirmation from behavior, no longer from desire. When you genuinely read charts, you apprehend that endurance is likewise a position. Waiting whilst the market is unclear isn't losing time. It is defensive capital. Many losses do now not come from terrible evaluation, however from forcing trades at some stage in doubtful situation. A chart reader is aware of that unclear candles suggest unclear goal, and unclear purpose is danger. You additionally start to see that tendencies do not give up abruptly. They weaken first. Momentum slows. Candles lose size. Pullbacks grow to be deeper. Breakouts fail more regularly. These are early symptoms that manipulate is shifting. Long earlier than a reversal will become apparent, the chart reader has already sensed the change in strength. This lets in him to exit early or lessen risk at the same time as others are nonetheless confident. The relationship among charge and time additionally will become clear. Strong markets flow correctly. Weak markets waste time. If charge takes too lengthy to transport inside the predicted direction, something is inaccurate. This time-based commentary is powerful and often ignored. A change that does not flow as predicted is information. Chart reader listens to it. At higher levels, you prevent labeling every flow. You prevent wanting names for styles. You stop counting on inflexible rules. Instead, you consciousness on drift. You ask easy questions. Is charge being widespread right here or rejected? Is momentum growing or lowering? Are candles increasing or contracting? Questions guide selections higher than any fixed strategy. You also study that the marketplace respects balance. After robust movements, it desires relaxation. After lengthy stages, it wishes launch. Nothing moves for all time without pause. Understanding. This rhythm keeps you from getting into past due and continues you patient for the duration of consolidation. You now not experience the need to constantly be an alternate. You look forward to alignment. Another powerful perception is that markets pass from low power to excessive strength. They rarely soar without delay into power without coaching. That instruction is visible in candle conduct. Repeated assessments of a level, shrinking pullbacks and increasing quantity on small actions all hint that strain is constructing. When the discharge comes, It feels unexpected to maximum, but it changed into visible all along. A chart reader also turns into aware about self-awareness. You note how your emotions react to certain candles. You see how worry appears after speedy moves, and the way greed appears after huge wins. Instead of fighting these feelings, you have a look at them similar to you examine the chart. This inner commentary improves outer performance. As experience grows, you comprehend that simplicity is power. The purer your chart, the clearer the tale. Too many signs create noise and disconnect you from price. Price itself consists of all important facts. Candles' ranges, shape, and volume are sufficient whilst understood deeply. Eventually, chart reading will become less about taking trades and greater about information behavior. You begin respecting the marketplace as something larger than yourself. You prevent trying to control outcomes. You awareness on procedure. You recognition on analyzing, reacting, and managing hazard. The market rewards this technique due to the fact it's far aligned with truth. Reality is unsure. Reality changes. Reality requires flexibility. A rigid dealer breaks under stress. A bendy chart reader adapts. You additionally apprehend that no longer each possibility is supposed for you. Some moves are too fast, some are too doubtful. Letting them pass is energy, now not weak spot. Protecting capital will become more essential than chasing profit. And sarcastically, this mindset attracts consistency. At the private degree, chart studying turns into quiet. There isn't any rush, no excitement, no panic, just statement and response. You input trades lightly and exit them without remorse. Wins do not create vanity. Losses do no longer create worry. Everything turns into statistics. This is when trading stops feeling like a warfare and begins feeling like a talent. You consider your eyes. You accept as true with your preparation. You accept as true with the procedure. The marketplace no longer feels like an enemy. It feels like a communique. And you are finally listing inning. In the cease, chart studying is not approximately studying the market. It is about studying yourself even as information in the marketplace is language. When both align, trading turns into clear and readability is in which consistency is born as. This readability deepens. You begin to word that the market communicates in layers. There is what rate shows at the floor and what it hides under. A chart reader learns to examine both. He understands that the marketplace regularly actions in a manner that misleads the majority earlier than rewarding the affected person few. This is why the fine possibilities sense uncomfortable before everything. They seem while confidence is low, whilst candles are quiet, and whilst most investors have lost interest. At this stage, you also analyze the fee of repetition. The market repeats behaviors, no longer actual styles. It reacts further at familiar emotional zones. Fear behaves like worry everywhere. Greed behaves like greed everywhere. These feelings go away comparable footprints on charts irrespective of the instrument or time frame. This expertise builds confidence because you recognize you are now not memorizing charts, you are understanding behavior. A chart reader also learns to recognize uncertainty. Not each candle offers a clear solution. Some candles actually say wait. Learning to wait is one of the toughest talents in trading. But waiting sharpens your notion. When the market in the end, well known, shows its aim, you're mentally equipped, centered, and calm. You are not worn out from overtrading or emotionally drained. With time, you stop blaming the marketplace. You forestall blaming news, agents, or systems. You take responsibility to your decisions. This duty strengthens area. You understand that the marketplace owes you nothing. Your job is not to demand income, however to manipulate threat and examine behavior. Income becomes a byproduct of right studying. Another deep cognizance is that every time frame tells the same story in a distinct voice. Lower time frames whisper. Higher time frames talk loudly. A chart reader listens to both. He is aware that sturdy moves on lower time frames need support from higher ones. Alignment throughout time frames will increase self-assurance due to the fact more than one layers of market psychology are pointing within the identical path. You additionally emerge as aware that the market reacts to memory. Old highs, vintage lows, previous turning factors, and past degrees all deliver emotional weight. When fee returns to these regions, something continually happens. It can also pause, boost up, or reverse, however, it in no way ignores them. A chart reader watches those reactions intently due to the fact reaction is greater critical than the level itself. As your eyes turn out to be skilled, you start to experience imbalance. You see, while customers are operating tougher than sellers, or while sellers are urgent without resistance, imbalance creates movement. Balance creates range. Recognizing whilst the market shifts from stability to imbalance is a key talent. That shift frequently takes place quietly with subtle candle adjustments that maximum traders forget about. You also analyze that sturdy traits are constructed on attractiveness. Price moves, pulls lower back, and holds. That holding shows acceptance. When fee can now not keep, the trend weakens. This concept alone can shield you from coming into overdue and assist you go out accurately. You are now not guessing tops and bottoms. You are reading energy in weak spot. Another effective understanding is that volatility is information. Expanding volatility means emotion is rising. Contracting volatility means emotion is cooling. Both states are useful. High volatility offers opportunity but requires manipulate. Low volatility offers practice, however, demands persistence. A chart reader adapts his behavior to volatility in preference to preventing it. At a sophisticated stage, you also begin to see manipulation without calling it manipulation. You genuinely see behavior. Sudden spikes that opposite fast, breakouts that fail instantly, moves that show up without effort. These aren't surprises anymore. You apprehend them as exams. The market tests conviction, liquidity, and patience. Passing those exams men are no longer reacting blindly. Over time, your trading journal becomes a reflection of growth. Early entries are emotional. Later entries are observational. You forestall writing how you felt and begin writing what the market did. This shift indicates maturity. You are not the middle of the story. The market is. Eventually, you realize that consistency does not come from more trades, but from better choice. Fewer trades, higher best. You look ahead to moments when structure, region, candle behavior, and energy align. These moments are uncommon, however effective. When they appear, you act without hesitation because the whole lot makes feel. As chart reading becomes second nature, you also increase respect for rest. You recognize when to step away. You recognize while the market isn't always supplying clarity. Stepping apart preserves mental capital. This mental capital is as vital as cash. Without it, even proper signals are misread. You additionally recognize that learning never ends. The market evolves, your knowledge deepens. What as soon as felt complicated will become simple, and what once felt easy reveals deeper layers. This continuous learning keeps you humble and alert. In the very last level, chart analyzing will become a mirror. It displays your field, your endurance, and your emotional manipulate. When you are calm, the chart feels clear. When you're disturbed, the chart feels puzzling. This feedback loop teaches you that buying and selling is as a great deal inner paintings as it is technical skill. You not chase perfection. You be given imperfection and paintings within it. You manipulate danger, respect uncertainty, and consider possibility. You understand that even the first-rate reading fails from time to time, and this is a part of the sport. When all of this comes together, buying and selling stops being traumatic. It becomes dependent, intentional, and controlled. You are not reacting to every candle. You are anticipating that means. You are not seeking to win every warfare. You are selecting the proper ones. And eventually, you attain a point wherein you not want to prove anything to the market. You alternate quietly. You examine patiently. You act decisively. Win or lose, you remain balanced. This stability is the authentic fulfillment of chart studying. Because in the end, chart studying is not about predicting the marketplace. It is set know-how conduct, dealing with yourself, and aligning with possibility. When you attain this information, trading is not a war. It becomes a craft, and that is in which the journey honestly ends.